Hello, so we ain't got as far as we liked with the gsxr build. I've had a few bits on this week with work and all kinds of stuff, but it's the weekend, so I'll just tell you a quick plan for the day. I've got picked a few bits up this week. We've got this side almost finished, and I've sanded this side down to 1200 grit. I've been and got some 1500 and some 2000 grit paper to get the shine that we want. Some Scotch-Brite for cleaning pieces up. Picked my red parts up today, silicone hoses. So got a fair bit to crack on with. We've got the swing arm is getting there, but I say the plan for the weekend is get this the other side of the frame up to spec, and the swing arm. Hopefully get all that back in and get it on its wheels by the end of tomorrow. So other than that, I've got picked some microfiber rags up, and then I've got a piece of mesh which I'm gonna give the radiator a quick clean up, a lick of black, and then we're gonna paint the mesh. I think I'm gonna go for a brassy gold and sort of fit that just about perfect size, fit on the back of the radiator, so that you do see that through the fairing. And I've got the shock just to give a bit of a clean. I'm going to leave that just a gunmetal-y colour, and I've got the chain blocks polish up, and I'll give the nuts and that a quick once over, polish up that for the shocker to mount to, and then there's a swing arm and the back wheel spindles, and clean the chain up. That was new last winter. Clean that up, clean the ducts up for the air intakes, and the subframe, just give that a quick wipe. And then once we've got the back end in, get the wheel in, whatever chain, and then I can get all the radiator back on, get the pipes on. So I'll do a few videos, and mainly today I'm going to do more polishing. So if you want to watch that, I'm going to do a video now, do the 1500, 2000 grit and then polish and see what we're left with. So if you're following the build, I'll try and get a bit further with it the next couple of days. So here we go. I'm going to see what we can do to this frame. Got some 1500 grit to start with, so I've sanded it to 1200. So got a water bottle and some paper. I'm going to go with 2 sheets 15 and then 2 2000, and then give it a good polish. So I've got a cover on over the engine. Obviously the engine's still in. I have had it out before, but it's not hard really. 4 or 5 bolts and it drops out, and then cover the top up just to stop most of the water. So excuse any heavy breathing. I struggle to breathe through my nose, and you probably noticed on a few videos I do chew my tongue when I'm concentrating. So anyway, let's see what we can do. Right, so that's the 1500 grit. You notice I'm only sanding, pretty much concentrating on this top half, because the fairing does sit actually down this line and then round that hole there, so you only see that piece and then all of this middle piece. So I think the longer you spend on the fine sanding, you might think give it a quick rub and then polish it, but then you'll end up going back wet sanding again, so it's good to spend a bit of time. So I've done 2 sheets of that, and now I'm going to do 2 sheets of the 2000 grit, and I'll get down to some polishing. Should save a bit of time on the polishing to get it to that mirror finish. Right, so that's the 2000 grit. I'm starting to see the aluminium shine a little bit just off how smooth it is, so we're going to use a new microfiber rag to wipe that off, so we don't get any scratches, hopefully. Get that all nice and dry, and hopefully the polish, we'll see what we've achieved. It's worth mentioning to get in all your little edges all round, some awkward bits and pieces, but the more you can get to, the better the finish you're going to get. I'll take them off now. Right, so now we're going to go ahead with the auto sole metal polish. I picked a new tube up today. I'll just pause that a minute while I go and find it. Right, new tube. I like to use this just as a starter because believe it or not, when it gets down to a mirror finish, the auto sole does seem to leave a few minor scratches in it. So I'll go over it a couple of times with this, and then we'll finish off with the mother's mag and aluminium polish. So that's the quick rub with the auto sole. I'm just going to put a bit of mother's mag polish on it. There again, good stuff. I'm just going to give it a light polish with that, and then get a clean rag and see where we're at. Right, so get a clean rag, get all this polish off, just buff it real nice and slow, not too much pressure. Looking at it from experience, I think it's going to need a bit more polishing, but I think the wet sanding's done its trick. So let's grab another new microfiber, we'll see. Let's have a look. That's it could do with a little bit more. I think the polish will do it. Got a few more fine scratches on, but if I get the right angle, it's not looking. I think you can just see the fine scratches. Doesn't help sometimes in the light in the shed, but if you can see the phone in it, you think of once you take it outside, the in the daylight sunshine should really pop. So I'm going to give it another rub with the auto sol, and I'll just pause this a minute and we'll see if we can get it a little bit better. I mean, so far it's took me about an hour, so I'll give it another polish, and then we'll concentrate on getting the swing arm done today as well. So anyway, I'll crack on a bit. There we go, swing arms in, so I might rest the back wheel in and just start having a look at what it's going to look like. So I'll just might just try and polish the chain blocks or anything up yet, so I'm just going to rest it in, see if we can somehow, might need an hand just to tilt the back end of the bike down, while I undo the front paddock stand, because I kind of wedged it under the front of the frame when I had the front end out. So anyway, I'll just pause this and be back in a minute. So here we are, weekend's progress. Got the swing arm polished, all the bits cleaned up and back in the back. I've just rested the back wheel in for now. I've got a fit of brake disc and whatnot, polish up the caliper mount, but can't lie, getting excited about getting it finished, about how it's going to look once we get all the Lucky Strike fairing on. Obviously this next week in the evenings I'm going to get the back wheel and everything in properly, get the back end back on, get the wiring back in. Got some engine casings to polish, but I've about had enough of that at the minute. But yeah, looking good. Looking hopefully 2 weeks I'll be ripping her up. I forgot how big these bikes are once you get them back together. That's looking shiny. The old girth of the tyre on the tail. Gotta love it. So yeah, if you want to keep following the build, please like and subscribe, and I'll post another video whilst we're doing a few more bits, but it probably won't be another video till the end of next week, and hopefully I'll be near enough ready to fire her up. Still waiting on the fairing arriving, but it's left the country where I've got it from, so I'm hoping air mail should be here this week, so I'll be able to unpackage and have a look at that. So have a good week if you're at work, or like myself I will be, get down here hour or two in the evening when possible. Good night.